How is failure key to success?
Well, to begin with, I find the two words failure and success completely similar because one, you can't have one without the other. One, my definition of failure is like rising on to success because once if you don't have any failures in your life, so you would have you would not know how to start. You would not know how to go about things like in a more positive way. I will not know how to learn from any past experience or any of your failures. And as far as success, to start off with, you always have to have some kind of obstacles in your way in order for you to try to gain success because you will not know or get any of the experience, so you will not know how to feel any kind of success. Because if you just go in the world and you just think you're just going to be success, that's wrong because you will always have all kind of obstacles and things like that in your way to keep you from getting your success. But it all comes from the strength. If you're willing to go forward with it, then you're mostly guaranteed that you will have success.
What failure have you went through that has made you successful now?
Well, in the past, I have got a bad grade in class before. Like as in my history classes and my English classes, those are my worst subjects. So we had to do a lesson, things like that, like a vocabulary test. So we all had to study. In this case, I didn't because I felt like, I didn't need to study. I was going to be able to know the words like that. So as in when I took the test the next day, I got a pretty bad grade on it. And so I was kind of shocked at myself, like I know I could do better than that. So when she said that anybody else could retake the test in order for them to get a higher grade, I actually took initiative of that to actually try to get a much better grade. So I went home and I actually studied all my vocabulary words. In that case, it turns out that I gained a much, much better higher grade than what I had got last time. So in that case, you will not know like how to feel. Like you'll feel like much better once you actually get a higher grade from what you have got before then, like learning from your past mistakes and things like that.
What in your past have you learned from?
Well, I learned very variety of things from my past, but one specifically is when I had got in trouble from letting my sister out the house, like one morning, things like that. Like I was still asleep, and I was supposed to be able to watch my little sister because she was very young and she didn't know any better. So I was asleep one morning. She was supposed to be in my room. I was supposed to be able to watch her, but I was asleep. So in that case, she walked out the back door and she walked down to one of my babysitter's house, stuff like that, because she didn't know any better. She just was very young at the time. So I actually got in pretty bad trouble for that. Because one, she's very young. Two, she didn't really know any better. And three, I was much of the oldest person in the house they're supposed to look up to and things like that. And I was more of a role model. So to learn from that, I actually kept paying more attention to my little sister so she wouldn't do any bad situations or anything like that, any more mistakes.
What does it take to be a man?
Well, to start off, being a boy is much more easier, but it really takes a man to step up to his potentials and responsibilities. And what I mean by that is anybody could just ask for something, but it takes like the courage in order to try to get to ask and do what you really want. Because if you ask someone else to do it, therefore they might not know how to do it the right way you want to. So if you want to do something, if you want something to get done the right way, you will actually try to get up and do it on your own. I mean, you have to take it up to the next step and actually do things the right way, the way you want.
Have any male influences in your life?
Not any right now, because I'm a little more living in a single household, so I actually have no father around. So in this case, I basically kind of learned from my mom, things like that. She kind of guided me on through the life of my life.
A single, like I know my parents are divorced, and I was raised by my mom, so.
Well, my mom is very important to me because she's the only one that I can actually look up. She's the oldest, and she's actually the one I can look up to. Other than I'm supposed to have my father around, but he was in a picture one little time or whatever, things like that. And he just stepped out of my life and things like that. And the only person, like, 'cause I had a mental breakdown because of that. I actually just didn't know what to do. I actually felt like giving up. I actually started going towards the wrong path, like going on the streets and things like that. So my mom, when she saw that incident, She basically just brought me up, gave me some motivation and the courage to actually not follow that negative pathway, things like that. She guided me through more of a positive life. She's saying like you don't really need like a father in that case to actually move on and actually be more successful young man. It actually takes the courage for you to do it on your own. You can't always usually rely on someone else.